the Honorable Chief Justice of India, Justice Sanjeev Khanna, Srimati Asha Khanna, my sisters and brother judges of the Supreme Court, including the former judges present here, Shri R. Venkatramani, the learned Attorney General of India, Shri Tushar Mehta, the learned Solicitor General, and all other law officers representing the Union of India, Shri Kapil Sibal, President of Supreme Court Bar Association, Ms. Rachna Srivastav, the Vice President, Vikrant Yadav, the Secretary of the SCBA, Shri Vipin Nair, the President of SCORA, and all other office bearers of SCORA, the senior advocates present here, the members of the bar, the family members of Chief Justice Khanna, registrars, and the staff members of the Supreme Court. I would like to deviate a bit from my route because of the speech of Rachnaji and Kapilji. At the outset, I express my gratefulness to Kapilji for the words he has spoken about me. I don't know why did Rachnaji have any apprehensions about what I am going to do in the next 6 months. At least from the past records, he should not have spoken about it. I always believe that both bar and bench are like two wheels of a golden chariot of institution of justice. Both equally important. To put a spoke in one wheel, the entire chariot comes to a standstill. And it may not be out of place to mention that this function, which is being held in the auditorium, this auditorium was only after the committee consisted of myself and Justice Surekha. Mr. Pradeep Iyer was the vice president. He always used to remember that and speak in his speeches wherever we are present. In absence, he might. It is also the issue of chambers. All of you might be knowing that the issue of chambers was pending for long years. It is only after the intervention of myself and Justice Surekha, the chambers in the new building we resolved. So please don't have any apprehensions. I believe in dialogue. All colleagues will also on the same page. Like the present Chief Justice of India, I also believe in the principle that the Chief Justice of India is only the first amongst equals, and I assure you, on behalf of all my colleagues, that all of us will collectively work together, both the bar and bench, and try to resolve all the issues. Bidding farewell to a Chief Justice is not just a ceremonial concern or opinion. It is a moment to reflect on their contributions, to honor their services, and contemplate the evolving role of the judiciary in safeguarding the rights and liberties of people. It is in this background that we reflect on the distinguished career of Chief Justice Sanjeev Khanna. As everyone knows, he comes from a family deeply rooted in the legal profession and academia. His father served as a judge of the Delhi High Court, and his mother was an academician. However, it is his uncle, Justice Hansraj Khanna, who had the most significant influence on his decision to pursue a career of law. Rachnaji has already referred to his earlier desire to become a chartered accountant, therefore I will not repeat it. As I said in the court in the morning, that Justice Khanna had very big shoes to fill. They were saying that with great power comes great responsibility. And the same holds true for those who come from a family with a legacy of unwavering commitment to justice. Belonging to such lineage is not just a matter of pride. It carries with it a great responsibility to afford and carry forward the ideals of justice, integrity, and constitutional values. Justice Sanjeev Khanna began his legal career in 1983 and initially started practice in Tis Hazari district courts and later shifted to Delhi High Court. His areas of specialization has already been told to us by the earlier speakers. His appointment as a judge of Delhi High Court, Justice Sanjeev Khanna brought with him values deeply rooted in the grassroots of the Indian legal system. His years of practice in the district courts had given him a deep understanding of the struggles of the litigants. Notably, his willingness to take up pro bono cases early in his litigation career reflected his resolve to use the law as a tool for public service. These experiences shaped his judicial outlook and reinforced his belief in the transformative power of the Constitution. As a judge of the Supreme Court since 2019, Justice Khanna has delivered several landmark judgments that have significantly shaped Indian constitutional law and explained core legal principles. In his judgments, he emphasized personal liberty, public trust, protection of fundamental rights, secularism, among many legal principles, and explained concepts such as the test of proportionality to adjudicate constitutional challenges to any legislation. During his tenure as executive chairman of NALSA, which I succeeded, Justice Sanjeev Khanna placed strong emphasis on the rehabilitation and reintegration of prisoners into society. He was particularly inspired by the artwork produced by prisoners on the Constitution Day in 2024. A painting painted by an inmate of Tihar jail was presented by Chief Justice to the Prime Minister of India, a powerful gesture symbolizing the potential for transformation and the enduring human spirit behind prison walls. Furthermore, under his leadership, a social campaign titled Restoring the Youth was launched by NALSA, aimed at identifying juveniles who are languishing in prisons. As the Chief Justice of India, Justice Sanjeev Khanna placed a strong focus on reducing pendency in the courts and promoting greater transparency within the judiciary. Under his leadership, the court took a collective decision to disclose the assets of judges. In pursuance to this, many of the judges of the Supreme Court have voluntarily revealed information about their assets and liabilities, which is an important step towards building public trust. In one of the most remarkable acts of judicial transparency in recent times, the Supreme Court under Chief Justice of India, Khanna's stewardship, shared full information with the public about the appointment process of judges to the Supreme Court and the High Courts. The Supreme Court also released an appellated list of names that were considered by the Collegium for judgeship for the past 2.5 years, marking a milestone in opening up the judicial appointment process to the public scrutiny. Chief Justice Khanna also demonstrated firm and principled leadership in addressing instances of judicial misconduct. In two such situations, he acted with discretion and resolve, taking appropriate steps to uphold the dignity of the court while maintaining the confidence and trust of his colleagues. His handling of these sensitive matters reflected both institutional responsibility and personal integrity. Justice Khanna also never shied away from speaking his mind, whether in courtrooms, while addressing staff, or in his interactions with young lawyers. Just a week ago, during his felicitation function organized by SCORA, Justice Khanna candidly remarked that lawyers in India have yet to master the art of drafting concise legal documents in the same spirit of institutional commitment. During a felicitation held by the Supreme Court staff, he reminded them of their duty towards the institution and the importance of maintaining the highest standards of service. But behind his strict and dignified image of a judge lies a humble, kind, and deeply compassionate individual. Justice Khanna is known for treating his staff and law clerks like family. His interactions are warm and grounded, often filled with gentle humor and light-hearted conversations that come as a pleasant surprise to many who know him only from the bench. His ability to balance firmness in judicial work with warmth in personal relationship speaks volumes about his character. On a personal note, I have learned a great deal from Justice Khanna. I was elected to the Supreme Court a few months after his appointment as a judge of the Supreme Court, and I had the pleasure of sharing a vacation bench during the summer break of 2019. After his appointment as Chief Justice of India, as I said earlier, he actually practiced the principle that the Chief Justice is the first amongst equals. He took active steps in taking his colleagues in confidence in decisions on important issues. Also during the collegium meetings, he paid due regard to the views of the collegium, members of the collegium, as well as the consulting judges. As the Chief Justice, Justice Khanna initiated the practice of interacting with candidates under consideration for judgeship, which we also propose to continue. Thus, this conduct has been a reminder that leadership in the judiciary is not just about delivering judgments, but about upholding values that strengthen public faith in the system. Chief Justice Sanjeev Khanna, within the short period that was available to him, has demonstrated that impact is not measured by the length of time in office, but by the depth of one's contribution. His tenure will be remembered not only for important judicial and administrative strides, but also for the humility with which he carried the responsibilities of the highest judicial office. As it was said by renowned poet Dushyant Kumar, and I quote, सिर्फ हंगामा खड़ा करना मेरा मकसद नहीं, मेरी कोशिश है कि ये सूरत बदलनी चाहिए. Justice Khanna's tenure was not about creating a spectacle or making noise for the sake of attention. It was about encouraging changes within the judiciary and ensuring that the system not only functions but also evolves. When we gather here to honor Justice Khanna, I'd be failing in my duty if I do not mention our Bhabiji Srimati Asha Khanna. It is said that behind every successful man, there is a woman behind it, and I think Asha Bhabi is a true reflection of that. It is a strong pillar behind him. We have had many interactions, though I had resolved it to be said in the evening. He started the concept of retreat, wherein all the judges of the Supreme Court for 2-3 days were just living like one family. That brought us the fraternity, the unity amongst the judges, wherein we could all reflect upon and think something for the betterment of the institution. I'm greatly thankful to him for such an initiative, and both he and Justice Khanna and Bhabiji in that retreat were just like heads of our family. I, on this occasion, on behalf of all of us, wish a very long, healthy life to him, to Asha Bhabi and members of all his family. His family members are present here, Uday, Ravishi, Parul, and Ravish, all of them there. Uday is already a settled lawyer, all of his children are settled. And as he has disclosed, I also said in the Skoda function that he will be more social tomorrow onwards. And he will also be available. He has also stated that he will be available for advice and therefore I see it as an indication of the beginning of the new innings. As I said in the morning, I wish him that his third innings would be equally illustrious and wonderful as his earlier 2 innings. Thank you very much.